Yo, it's Winstan here. Blog post episode 24, baby. We're going hard every fucking week. You know that. And I hope you are too. I hope you're going hard for what you believe in. I hope you're going hard for your dreams. I hope you're going hard for your friends, for your family, everyone you love and care about. Now, recently, I was featured in a major blog called emergingindybands.com online this past week. I'm fucking stoked about that shit. So anyone that wants to check that out, check out the review, and it's a good review, it's not a shit review either. I wouldn't be shouting about it if it was, right? You know how it goes. But anyone wants to check it out, I'll put the link at the end of this video and in the description, and you can check it out for yourself and see what you think. And if you like it, please comment, share, and I will appreciate it. I always do. Now, moving on. Big subject, but we all fall accustomed to it sometimes, and that is fear. Now, I think it will be very hard to ever go back to how you felt as a child about things, because when I was a kid, barely any fear going down whatsoever. You know, as a kid, you always pretty much do what you want, and you're living life to the fullest. You know, even if you're playing wall ball, you're kicking a football against a wall on your own at the back of your house, you're loving that. I mean, as a kid, I think kids are more grateful just to the smaller things, you know, about going and playing in the woods with your friends and stuff like that. And now, you know, if you look at the same situation, the same scenario as an adult, it's not the same. Things are not the same, you know. When I was a kid, I was on my skateboard, jumping down steps. I was on a BMX, going over ramps, off jumps, again, grinding on shit, battering myself all the time. And I loved it. And a lot of that has carried on throughout my life. But a lot of it also hasn't. Now, fear, it can be seen as a simple thing, and it can also be seen as something that's complicated. But it's only up to you how much you want to complicate things. Now, fear only ever starts inside your mind. It has nothing to do with what has actually happened. It's all, we make it real. We rationalise things. And if you notice, you've never had that fearful feeling when you're in the moment. Only when you think about what's going to happen. You know? Like, right now, I challenge you. Put your phone down, your laptop, computer, whatever it is you're speaking, whatever it is you're watching on. Pause it and speak to the first person you see. Without thinking about it. Just look up and speak to him. Whatever comes out of your mouth is what you'll say. Now, those people that are acted within about 5 seconds, you were probably fine. But anyone else waiting any longer, it'll let your mind catch up. It'll let your mind think of reasons not to do something. Why you shouldn't do it. I'll come off weird. They'll think I'm strange. I don't want to make myself look like an idiot in public. Now, doing what I'm doing, I have to make myself look like an idiot. I have to do things that other people wouldn't do. And that's how you get somewhere, by being different, by standing out, not by fitting in, not by standing in line and forming opinions on celebrity culture, getting your life tips from celebrities who might not be who they say they are. You know, watching this, I am who I say I am. I do what it takes, and I get the job done. But fear it's up to you. You know, and I do understand, say, you know, you might have been young, and you might have been laying in bed, and your brother or sister might have run into the room with, you know, a mouse, a spider, some sort of insect, and just chucked it on you, on your bed, and it scared the shit out of you. I understand that. But the only reason you're still scared of them things is because you let yourself be. You know, you attach that memory to that feeling. So anytime you come across, we'll say a spider, you're like, oh shit, like my mum is terrified of spiders. Terrified. Big or small, she's not into it whatsoever. And I'm not saying like I wouldn't shit my pants if all of a sudden like up here a massive tarantula like fell down on its head. Of course I would shit my pants. That's different. I wouldn't even call that a spider. You know, I'm talking anything that size smaller, I call that a spider. Anything bigger, I'm shitting my pants too, right? But it's just a feeling you attach to a memory. And it is that simple. I know it's not that simple to get out of something, but, and we all know this, if you say you can't, then you can't. But if you say you can, then you can. And that's a fact. Now, memories shape so much, or memories that we think we have. You know, sometimes stuff happened so long ago I can't remember if it's a memory or a dream. So then people who can remember acutely things that happened when they're younger obviously haven't smoked as much weed as I have. But yeah, everything is attached. Fear lives in the past or in the future, never in the present moment. It's not happening right now, you know? But when you have time to think over things, you know, you build up this anxiety too, you know? We all get it. I'm not saying I'm immune to this shit, and I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm just trying to help, you know? I'm just using what I've learned and things that I've come to understand over a long time. I'm just trying to share that so other people can get some benefit from it, you know? Like, at first I was fearful of like speaking into a camera, you know? Weird, because when you're speaking into a camera, it's just you and a camera. There's no one else there. Yeah, you choose to put a video up and, you know, put it out there, but honestly I promise you there's nothing to be afraid of. Even if people start hating on you, which, you know, if they don't do it to your face, they probably will behind your back. If you're doing anything in this world, you will get hate. But just remember, hate is for a good reason. Because you're challenging things, because you're doing what other people don't do, because you're not conforming to what the regular fucking mindset that occurs so fucking often in this society. You know, if you think about it, the amount of things that we pick up and almost live our life by, like sayings, like stuff like, you know, you only live once, and things like that. All these crazy little sayings and little things and superstition that comes from the past doesn't help us, you know? And fear happens for a reason. I'm not saying I'm not fearful of dying. We all are. I'm not gonna stand on Beachy Head and go, I'm not scared, and just jump off or something stupid. There is fear for a reason too, to keep yourself safe. But when it comes to something like, you know, showing what you have to offer to the world, don't be fearful. Because you'll never know. You can always, you know, if you want to, you can sit there on your deathbed and regret not doing it. And you can talk about, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Or you can talk about, remember when we did that? Remember when I did that? How awesome was that? You know? That's the sort of conversations you want to be having when you're on your deathbed. And yeah, sometimes I think about things too much. But I like to reflect. It gives me perspective on what's going on. You can't forever be in the moment. You have to figure out what you've done, and maybe sometimes what you've done wrong, and maybe sometimes what other people say you've done wrong. Oh shit, hold on. What other people say you've done wrong is often a load of fucking bullshit. You know what's right. You know what you feel inside. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. And everyone's interpretation of that is different. So my wrong could be your right, and vice versa, other way around. But the best way to overcome fears is simply by confronting them head on. And you might not think that's something you have to do. You know, you might just want to stay in, chill out. I understand that. But when you confront your fears, you will grow as a person. Things will change. You'll get that exhilarating, adrenaline pumping fucking feeling going inside you, make you feel so alive that you have no idea unless you do it. So I'm asking you, for you, not for me, for you, do it. Confront your fears, whatever they are. Put yourself out there. Let your voice be heard. You know, it is a small world, especially with the internet. It's a small world. And who knows? You might end up on YouTube getting, you know, millions of views and earning hundreds of £1,000s a month. You might. So why not give it a try? You know, it's no different than just buying a lottery ticket. No different. You can't let yourself worry about what's to come, and don't worry about what's happened. Just concentrate on what you're doing now. Concentrate on the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy your life, you know. Once you conquer your fears, you'll be able to enjoy yourself a lot more. You'll be able to... I know, anxiety is a real thing. I have it from time to time. I know it's real. But all like fear and anxiety can be kept at bay by doing simple things. And that is... Okay, you remember when you were a kid, right? Just quickly. And you'd always get a good night's sleep, right? You hadn't built up no shit in your mind yet to bother yourself about, right? You'd get a good night's sleep. You'd always eat, you know, certain times of the day. Your parents say, right, dinner table, time to eat. You're not allowed to leave until you've eaten. All them things. And eating good, healthy food. I grew up eating good food. I didn't grow up eating shit. I'm very lucky. I later on in life chose to eat a lot of shit, but that was my fault. So, you got enough sleep. You're eating right. You're drinking enough. Now, I'm not scared. I don't have anxiety. Then you grow up and you have to look after yourself. You start eating shit. You start sourcing a bit too much. You're not sleeping enough. You're not hydrated enough. And now you're fearful. Now you feel anxious. Now you're only ever thinking about what's to come and what's happened, never what's going on right now. It's up to you. Up to you whether you want to be scared of things or not. Completely up to you. If you say you can do something, then you can do it. If you say, I can't do it, then you can't do it, especially in that fucking tone of voice. But yeah, and also, coming out here, I don't know what the shot looks like, but I hope it's pretty fucking banging. But coming out here into nature, that's good times. That shit levels me out. Because just remember, before all these civilizations, like modern day civilizations, society was built, before all the roads were built, everything you see, these massive fucking monstrosities in cities. I don't like cities, right? I can visit a city for a day. I lived in Brighton for a while, for about 6 years, and fuck that, right? You know, I've got nothing against people who live in Brighton, but it's just not for me, or any city. It's not because of Brighton. No way. I need to be out in the countryside, chilling with the trees and all that shit, right? Hippie as fuck, you know, but it is good for you. Breathing in real fresh air, all the oxygen coming from these trees and these leaves and these plants and everything around. It's back to the beginning of time, you know, before all the societies, before everything was built up and everything was man-made. This is where we lived. This is where we come from. So, you know, you go back to the source. I like to see it as like recharging. Come out into nature, you know, grab your missus, grab your boyfriend, whoever. Just go for a walk in nature, like with your dog or whatever. It's nice. It's good. Clears your mind. And you can just do this, you know, silly stuff that you used to do as a kid. You know, as a kid, I'd look and stare. I'd go into, like, you know, when you're a kid and you're little, when you look at the grass, it's a lot bigger. You look magnifying glass in the grass, and you look at the ants and all the different little worms and all them sort of things. Entertained for hours. Not sitting there on a phone. I'm not sitting there on a tablet, you know? I'm just enjoying what is completely natural and what, you know, Mother Nature has created. But truly, enjoy nature whilst it's still fucking here, because one day it will all fucking go. If this world carries on, this is one of my fears, okay? And this is something that you can have control of to a degree, sorry. You have control of to a degree, but it takes a lot of people. And there's a lot, you know, we've got to look after the planet. We really fucking do. Everything we do, just remember, you might be vegan, and that is an amazing thing to do for the right reasons, and it does help the planet big time. But that's not the only thing we'd have to do, you know? Half the vegans I know still drive. You know? That's still bad for the environment. You order in something online and to get to you, it's still bad for the environment. So, you know, I was vegan for like 9 months, but unfortunately I got really ill from doing it. And I'm not blaming that on the diet, the lifestyle. No. I think maybe I should have researched it a bit better. Maybe consulted some people that I know about it, and they would have talked a bit heavier on it. But, you know, if you truly want to save the world, and you truly want to save like beautiful places like this, you have to do a lot more than stop eating meat and fish. Yeah, there's so much more to it than just that. A fear of mine is that, I know not in my lifetime it won't all go, but I mean the surrounding areas I live in at the moment, outside of Brighton, like Eastbourne, the amount of houses that are getting thrown up really quickly all over, built on places I used to play as a kid, like in fields and stuff. I used to have a great time, and they're destroying it all just to build, you know, strengthen the economy, more real estate, make more money. You know, I don't know what people think the world is, like something you can just roll up and treat it however you want. Because yeah, we see on roads, we see grass growing through, we see weeds growing through. It's not the same, is it? Like, we're going to destroy this planet if we don't do something. You know, we all are responsible. And it's every single part of our lives. You know, countries in the world that we often perceive to be really bad are doing way more than we are, way more than England and way more than America. Places like China, who, you know, often you see on like telly or whatever, you see people walking around with masks because of the pollution in the air, the fumes and that. However, it doesn't go on as much as it did. And China has done so much to make China a better place, to stop all the pollution, to realise that there is something that's called global warming, and it does have an effect, and climate change. Yeah, so one of my big fears is that the information that's out there about things like this is incorrect. The information we get fed by the media doesn't concern itself with anything to do with that, doesn't concern itself with the actual world. All we seem to be concerned about is little bubbles of life. This celebrity did that, this person did this football team did that. I don't fucking know. Right? I don't watch telly. I stopped doing that a long time ago, and that was one of the best things I ever did. One of the best things they did was stop watching that bullshit they present you with on telly. I'd recommend going onto YouTube and thinking of, what do you want to see? Type that shit in and watch it, but don't sit too close to the screen. Don't fuck your eyes either, you know what I mean? And what you take in through your eyes is important as what you put in your mouth into your body, okay? Don't take that in a dirty way. I know a few of you out there will, I know who you are. But we've got to look after the world, because a long time ago it looked after us, and if we don't, then when we have children, grandchildren, we'll only be able to tell them stories about things. We won't be able to show them. We won't be able to go, oh, these are the woods I played in as a kid. We'll go, them buildings 50 years ago, they weren't there, and it was a beautiful wood, and we used to play there and have a fucking dope time, smoke some weed too. That's it for today. So fear is just in your head. It only lives in the future, and it only lives in the past, never in the present moment. And just remember that time where something you really fear happened to you. Was it that bad? Was it actually that bad, or have you just created that in your head? Because I know I do sometimes. It's peace as always. Get yourself out in Mother Nature and respect it. Whew! Give me a little shot. Nice out here, right?